Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers and welcome back to the Pacific Northwest. It is almost midnight. The rain has not got here yet. We are up to $737,000. A couple things that I've done since last recording. If we go into this page here. We fertilized this one with a sprayer. I sprayed that one. Put some lime down while I was up here collecting the straw and selling the straw at the barn. And then, of course, the Fent went ahead and we planted soybeans down. Yeah, soybeans. Just want to make sure. So, obviously, spraying it before we're seeding it, we're now double fertilized there. The straw is all collected up here. We had a contract finally for Field 26 to fertilize that field. So, one stage of fertilization there. I fertilized Field 21 as a contract, so we got some contract money. All the silage is sold at the BGA, and I think that pretty much does it. Also, I don't know if I just rambled so fast, I can't know if I mentioned it or not, but I kind of forgot to add the $25,000 a week for stable rentals. The other thing I tried while I was in here is I took another horse out for a trot. I took Falcon out for, no, Falcon's ours. I took Indigo out. I want to train him up a little, just one horse up a little bit, and then ride him for a couple days to see if he actually loses value. So you can see Falcon's at 23%. I didn't want to try it on him, so I just said I'll just take another horse out. So the next day, tomorrow, he should be at 10%, and then we'll not ride him for a couple days. I want to see if it drops. I've never done the horses without the horse helper mod, and the weeds are coming. So, there's midnight. So we got $92,000 from biogas. And, of course, you add up all the other things. Yes, we lost just a little bit of cash at midnight. And finally, the rain is here, which is not really the best thing for us to happen. But it is what it is. So, we look at the last in-game day. New vehicles. Oh, that's the belt. I bought the belt for $30,000. What's the $800 for? I have no idea. Vehicle running costs, and then of course you have property maintenance, property income. So we're making $2,000 on that orchard per day, I think. Oh yeah, this might be from the other orchard. I was like, what? Those numbers should be the same. The silage bales, $147,000 there. But I also sold some straw, so some straw may be tied into that as well, or that might be the harvest income. Because I don't remember selling any crops outright. The biogas, well, $10,000 from that day, and then $92,000 from all I just sold. Contracts, yeah, $125,000 in contracts, and of course loan interest, which is kicking us down a little bit. But that's where we stand now. As for contracts, nothing important for us to do down here. So the next thing I need to do is we're just going to sleep probably, we'll sleep 7 hours. Yeah, we'll just sleep 7. I mean, it's probably still going to be raining. Come on, forecast change a little bit. No more space for eggs. Really? Let's slow that down to... that is good news for us. What is the price for eggs today? The chickens are doing their thing. That's not bad, honestly. But if I'm going by what we get on Mercury Farms... I haven't been keeping too close of a count on the eggs, but on Hard Economy, I would assume this is going to get up to around 18 or 19. That is like the best price we can look for. But let's go ahead. I think what I'll do for starters, let's check for contracts first of all. A lot of contracts I could be doing. Fertilize for $34,000 on Field 35. Yes, we'll take that one every day because it's not going to cost me that much in fertilizer. We are looking for Field 26. They have weeds in it, and I do not want weeds in my field, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's get things started here. We'll come on down here. I think our John Deere is here. It is. Yes, I know there's no room for eggs. We're going to work on it here in a second. But I got fields and whatnot to get started. We're coming here for obvious reasons. We do not need to be destroying our crops. So, yeah, double narrow tires, please, for $0. I'll be hitting a lot of wrong buttons. Start the engine. Oh, yeah. And, of course, every time I got to come in and change those settings because of reasons. So I don't have to worry about fertilizing these fields. We just have to take care of the weeds. And since it's in stage 1, I'll come over here and grab that. Our main goal today is the upper plateau. We need to spread some lime down and then seed those fields. We're going to do them all with canola because I can. And for a couple reasons, I don't know how our pigs are going, if they're going to need some more oilseed crop in their food. And if they don't, then we can go ahead and sell it. But I'm going to do one headland here always just because of the shed that's there. So it looks like we're going to be dealing with rain quite a bit today because it shows rain in the forecast and nothing else right now. So we got at least until the afternoon hours before, I don't know, maybe it'll get sunny. I mean, rain doesn't, you know, rain's good. Waters the crops, waters the soil. Just that we can't harvest anything, that's fine because really I don't have nothing to harvest. So let's go ahead and there we got that guy done. So we can set this guy off on a worker. I don't want days of rain because days of rain will definitely be very hurtful for us. Alright, so set that guy off, he's weeding. I've been trying to put a second stage of fertilization down on this field here. And it hasn't been allowing me to, even though the grass has grown. Let me do a little strip there. Is that fertilizing? Finally. Alright, so I'll set this guy off on a worker. It's a grass field, very important that gets fertilized again. And then when he gets done, we'll come over here and fill him up, and he can go ahead and do the contract in field 35. So field 26, we just got to keep an eye out for that. I know I just looked, but, you know, it's got weeds in it, so we'll just keep an eye out on it for it. Anywho's, let's go, where is my Voltra? There you are. We need, yes, I'm going over to take care of the eggs as we speak. I haven't even really checked on the chickens in a while. The egg pallets, I just assumed it would take a while, and so I think we got like 5 pallets in there. So we're looking somewhere around 45,000 liters of eggs right now. Wow, that sounds so good when you say that we could possibly sell that. Oh, so I did not, so that back pallet did not count apparently. Alright. No problem. So we actually only got probably like 36,000-ish liters. Still sounds alright, but not as good as it was just a few seconds ago. Nope. Well, yeah, that's correct. Drop that. And I think we'll just pile up alongside the orchard for now. I did not know I was going to be doing this to start the episode, but it's all good. And no, you're not on. Alright, well, you're partially on. I think you're stuck. This is the way I usually do pallets. They get stuck on the pallet forks. There we go. I'm going to slow speed down to ×1 because I don't want the egg boxes appearing until I get everything situated. So unfortunately, that back pallet was not quite in the zone. Can we go down there? Get off. Thank you. So we lost a little bit of production on the eggs, but no big deal. Nope. Oh. I'm going to say the rain's throwing me off. That's what I'm going to say it is. So I will keep an eye on the egg prices for a while. And this is why I don't like pallets. Get off there. Thank you. Yeah, there's not a dire need to sell them just yet, but when we buy that property for $530,000, obviously the egg prices, selling some eggs will, yeah, it's we're going to be cutting ourselves close here, but we need another piece of property. Another field. Alright, so let me grab that other pallet and... thought that was far enough in the zone, but I guess not. I need to get rid of these weeds by doing some landscaping. So we know this little box area can take 4 pallets. It's one thing we have to worry about the sheep. I mean, I forgot how many pallets I got in there, and even when those fill up, there's so much room in there that the in-game ones will spawn. But those only hold 1,000 liters, but still, at least they'll keep on producing for us. It's one thing I don't, well, why when they came back with the chickens in 19, why didn't they do like pallets for the chickens like they did with the sheep? That's a good question. Yeah, I know. Alright, so I think I'm done with the Vulture for now, so you can just go ahead and park there. Let me turn the speed back up to ×5. So how are we doing on the wall? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 60,000, probably somewhere around 70,000 liters of wool that we have as well. So that is all good. What worker is done? Oh, this guy. Alright. That's good. Our grass field is now all set to be harvested at some point. I don't know if you can mow grass in the rain or not. I mean, doesn't sound like you should be able to, but what do I know? I got to turn grass on. And this grass is ready for harvest. The one I had to reseed isn't quite ready, but whatever. It's raining out, so we'll hold off on the grass. That might be tomorrow's episode, cut some grass, and then you get to see my fast bale wrapper. And we'll make some cash that way. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this guy refilled, get him started on field 35, because there's $30,000 worth of money sitting there. I'll probably end up making somewhere close to $21,000 on that, because obviously I got to pay for the fertilizer to be put down. And then I'll probably get the John Deere moved over to weeding the other field, and then we'll head up. I'll meet you back up at the northern plateau. We're going to start spreading some lime down, which is probably something you don't want to do on a rainy day, but we're going to do it. And then we'll get to reseeding those fields with some canola and take it from there. Alright, so now we got things all situated. Let's go spread some sticky lime in this beautiful weather that we're having. No GPS, we're just going to eyeball it. Do the best I can, which is just setting myself up for failure. Really is what I'm trying to do. But it cost me somewhere around $7,500 to refill the fertilizer sprayer. So I think he should be fine. I shouldn't have to refill him at all for field 35. I think he can do the whole field. So if he does do the whole field, then yes, I should make somewhere around $24,000 profit on fertilizing that field. So that's why we're going to be doing those contracts for a while. I went back up, checked on the chickens, and the boxes are spawning into the pallets, which is all good for news for us. So now we're over here spreading some lime down. I can't see through the trees. That's what trees do. And then we'll go ahead and, like I said, put down some canola. I need to also take care of the animals at some point today. The pigs could use some water. I guess they could use some cleaning out. I mean, I guess they need cleaning out every day. But it's not as important as the other animals. Because they're pigs. That's what pigs do. They get messy. So yeah, hopefully at some point today, well, in this in-game day, we might be buying that field. We're going to buy it after we get the second stage of fertilization down. And hopefully, like I said, there's weeds in that field right now, so hopefully we can get paid to do that. And hopefully sooner than later, because the weeds are in stage 1. And in stage 1, I could just use the weeder and not have to pay for herbicide to be put down. I know I don't have access to that land, but I think about buying that land just so I have to get that message every time I work in there. That's our John Deere finished weeding the first field. But also, yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on those egg prices. I am thinking about maybe buying more chickens. I mean, they're only, what are they, like $10 a piece? But I have to, it's still what gets me. It says, oh, you got to pay a transportation fee. How about giving us a vehicle that we can transport the chickens in? Because that way I could also sell some chickens in the future when my pen gets full. But beside the point, yeah, we might, for the amount of money it costs to buy chickens, it might be easier just to buy some more chickens just to bump up the production of eggs. Because obviously eggs are something that's very well worth it. Alright, so there is that field all spread up with some lime. The field to the right of us is all set. It does not need to be covered in lime at this point. Yeah, so if that egg price gets up there rather well today, like up around $1,800, we might be taking a trip to wherever it is that requires those eggs. Honestly though, working in the rain today feels kind of nice in a way. Sounds weird. I would be frustrated quite madly right now if all of our fields were like, oh wow, tomorrow our fields are ready for harvest and we need the cash, and then it rains. Because we are walking a tightrope on thin ice, or over thin ice, with a gun pointed to our head right now on the money situation. Because yeah, you may look at us, oh well, you got $600,000, you're fine. Not after we spend the $530,000 on that field, and as you saw, yeah, 160 grand a night is what we're losing. But yeah, after we buy that field, it's going to feel good to start doing some harvest. And yeah, every little bit that we can, we're going to pay off that loan. Little by little. Just got to nibble at it. And I don't know, I think what I'm going to try to do is, when we pay off the loan, try to keep $200,000 in our bank account. Obviously, $200,000 would get us by one more evening. And hopefully by then, you know, every 2 days we can sell silage bales, and of course the cotton field, the great cotton field that we're going to have. And at some point, I might even put sugar beets back, not sugar beets, but potatoes down in that field. I'm going to try to do as a root crop on this map potatoes, seeing it's the Pacific Northwest, up near Idaho. Idaho is known for potatoes, so yeah, we're going to try to stick to potatoes on this map. instead of sugar beet. I can't see where I'm going, because I got one hand on the keyboard to turn on my implement, the other hand on the steering wheel, so I can't move my mouse around to see where I'm going. But also in the meantime, if we keep doing contracts like we did in the previous in-game day, the contracts alone will pretty much even out the loan interest. And I would like to buy more fields up here as well, but you know, I gotta start taking it slow now. Start taking it slow. Also, we could that's good English. We could also start cutting down more trees around our log cabin. I haven't got back to that and doing some landscaping because, yeah, I'm playing two roles on this map. Playing the role as myself and Frank as well, because Frank seems kind of lazy, so I do all the work for him. Yeah, moving that straw around takes a while. I think I had about 4 or 5 trips of straw from here down to the barn. But we have the contract with the barn, so they're going to get it all. Yeah, spreading lime on a day like today, I mean, this thing will just clog up so bad. So, it'll be interesting to see, like, when Seasons comes out, are you going to be able to do lime spreading, fertilizing spreading? They have said that there are a lot of game-changing things that they're going to be doing in Seasons that they haven't even announced yet. The one thing I'm interested in is crop rotation. That will be a thing. And I do have a plan for when Seasons comes out for this channel, so why I wouldn't say it's more of a plan, it's more like a plot. I have an idea. Will it work? I don't know. Because we got our hands full as it is. I mean, I'm on 3 maps right now. But basically what I'm going to say is when Seasons comes out, we'll be starting a... No, I don't want to unload. That's the wrong... Oh, I'm glad it didn't unload in there. Oh, it did unload a little bit. Alright, so I got some pallets over there. Hit the wrong button on my steering wheel. Yeah, so when Seasons comes out, whenever that may be, yeah, we'll be going to a new map. Just because, well, I mean, if you played Seasons before, you kind of understand. It kind of changes the whole map itself. You'll be starting off in spring. Of course, at least that's the way it was in 17. So I already got it set on canola. And actually, we're going to come over here. And we're going to do this field first. And I always got to do one headland because that shed is just a little bit too close. Yeah, I remember in 17, FS17 on the Pacific Northwest, I had the modded chicken coop right behind us, and I forgot how many chickens we ended up having. But it was quite a few. And we were selling lots of eggs on 17, but the egg prices are nothing like they are now. I think these egg prices are a little bit better. Well, I don't know if the pricing of eggs is better, but you know, it's hard to say because I don't know how many eggs we're actually producing per hour. All that fine line stuff. This seed drill might need to be repaired just a little bit. Not going as fast as it could. Maybe it's the rain. Actually, what I need to be doing is, before I get involved in this too much, is I got to get that John Deere down there and switched over to the other field so we can start weeding that. And I got to check on my course play worker. Fertilizing field 35. Because I want him doing some wacky stuff and just wasting fertilizer. So after we finish this row, we'll go ahead and check on those guys there. Guys, gals, I don't know. When you hire a worker in Farming Simulator, it can be a guy or a gal. Why is my seed drill open? That's not good. I probably left it open when I filled it up previously and kind of forgot about it. So I probably got tons of water inside my seed drill. Alright, so he's almost done. Here is the John Deere. Let's get him over to the other field, so he can start weeding that as well. And then these, I think all three of these fields down here should be all set for weeding and fertilization. Both stages. Alright, sir, you go ahead and do what you gotta do. You all set there? You good? Alright, we'll hop into this guy because he's just about done. And while he's doing that, just take a double quick look. It hasn't been long, but you know, the job's down here. 91% done. I might as well sit here because when he gets down the end of the field, I'm pretty sure he'll be done, and I don't want him to turn around and fertilize that little section because I'll be wasting, you know, liquid fertilizer for no apparent reason. So yeah, so this will bring us almost up to 700 grand once again. Look at all that sunflower over there. That reminds me, we got sunflower. The sunflower that we harvested as well, I put that into the silo down here. So we got some, just, you know, around 90,000 liters of sunflower we could be selling if the price is good. 98% done. Really, it's not going to finish. Tell me you're going to finish. Come on, say contract completed. Yes, contract completed just in time. Stop, driver. Fold that up and collect that. Anything new pop up? No. Just over 700 grand for about 3 seconds because I got to go top this guy off and our worker's going to take the rest of it. But I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, fill this guy up, park him there. And I'm going to head up back to the Northern Plateau and get back to seeding some of those fields. And I'll bring it back in just a little while and see how we're getting along. As we approach the noon hour, it looks like this might be an all day kind of a rain, because it's still just showing rain in the forecast. But we have gotten our second field just about seeded. And when I bring them over to that field right over there, I'm going to put them on a worker, because we're going to take care of the animals somewhat, and also need to, you know, take a look at the contracts once again. I don't want to miss out on anything, and it's been a couple in-game hours since I've checked on it. Especially field 26. But obviously, any fields in the 30s that require some contract work we'll probably do. just to bring in the cash. But also, when we get this guy working in the other field, we're going to head over to the chicken coop. And we're going to buy some more chickens. For what they cost, really, I think it's just going to be, we can spend a couple grand boosting how many chickens we have. And that means they're just going to reproduce faster and get to their peak point. And obviously, the more chickens you have, the more eggs you can produce. Which, yeah, as we've seen in Mercury Farms, the eggs can really help out quite a bit. Alright. Second field done. Any traffic behind me shouldn't matter because I'm usually faster than traffic. It's the oncoming traffic that I gotta be concerned about. Luckily I can sneak around there. Alright, let's get this guy on a worker. And off he goes. Our John Deere is done. Let's go in here. What do we got? Looks like all the same stuff. Nothing new. The other thing I want to keep an eye on, obviously the egg prices, $17.23. That's looking great. Sunflowers. We have a lot of sunflowers. $7.68 at the bakery and climbing. Alright, so if that gets up to over $800, we could be looking at, what, 80 grand? That is nice. How much wheat do I have? Okay, that's barley, actually. That's oats, sorry. This is wheat, 111,000. Okay, I just want to see that because buying more chickens, obviously, it means at some point they're going to require more food. I'm going to teleport to the sheep because teleporting to the chickens, you get inside that little barn area, and it can be a pain in the butt to get out of there. Well, we do have a box since this morning. Is this not the... Where... Okay, I thought it was right here. Alright. One... So it's $50... Oh, it's $50 a chicken. I thought they were cheaper than that. That's fine. So... $2,000 of the white ones. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I mean, when you owe $55 million. Whoops. Nope. Put them back in there. So I got one extra. No problem. One extra. Well, we'll keep them even. Yeah, so in the hindsight, when you owe $55 million, what's a couple grand, right? What's a couple grand? Alright, so I need to go up to 4,100 because I clicked too much. And then 6,150 is what I need to get up to. And we should have the same amount of chickens across the board, but we'll double check. Alright, so 8 grand. Confirm. But if we go in here now, 127, 127, 127. That is good. Their feed looks a little low, but we'll take care of that when the T8 finishes seeding that field up. But like I said, we could sell these eggs at some point today. I did refill the manure at our orchard just to be sure, so that should be good for a while. And water should be good for a while. What I need to do now is we're going to bring the water tanker over to the pigs, give them some water, and probably clean them out, which is going to be, I don't want to say difficult. Is that my truck? It is my truck. So I am going to go grab our water tanker. I think I'll put the front, the wheel loader on follow me, and you can follow me all the way over. Or maybe I'll drive the wheel loader and the truck can follow me because the wheel loader is going to be slower. And I'll meet you over at the pigs and we'll give them some water, clean them out, and see how everyone else is getting along. Well, everyone has kind of made it here unscathed. The truck didn't quite make it up over the bridge through over the river. Yeah, that manure pile is getting rather out of whack. I found coming around the pig or the hog barn this way seems easier. The tree doesn't get in the way. Let's go ahead and make sure the pigs have some water. Lots of water. And you can see the pile of food that they have outside. We should be able to dump all that back in. I think we'll leave the truck right here for now. And you came all the way over here just to do a quick job, dude. But that's what you're here for. It's a lot of food. Raise it up and dump it right back into their quote-unquote food trough area. And really, since there's no silage at the BGA for the moment, you can be parked right here, I guess. No sense of bringing you back. How is our T8 doing? Our T8 is just about done. Contract-wise and price-wise, sunflowers, that price is still going up, so that may have to wait. I am noticing some fields are getting ready for harvest, some of the big fields, but no contracts have come up. Oops, I didn't check for field 26. Nothing there. Yeah, I keep clicking back in here. But if we go here, like this field right here, which has sunflowers in it. It's got one stage of fertilization. So that's not going to be a bad harvest, really. Yeah, so if I can harvest, you get the contract in field 33 and harvest that and get the extra crop off it. So we'll get paid, obviously, to harvest it. And then probably get like an extra $8,000 maybe a crop off of there. That would be great. So our pigs, yeah, they're clean. They got water. Straw, they're fine on. Yeah, we're up to 212. This hog barn holds 500, so we're not even quite halfway there yet. But every hour, we get an oink oink. So 24 pigs a day. And of course, the more pigs we get, this should slowly drop a little by little. Food-wise, they're not too bad. Obviously, like I said, maybe that canola that we just planted in the northern plateau, that may be coming down here to top this off. We should have plenty of sugar beet. I may have to do corn sometime soon. And wheat and barley. Yeah, I may have to do some wheat and barley. So I think what we'll be doing is next time up here, we'll do some more wheat and bring that down to the pigs, top them off. So they got the canola, we got wheat, corn. Yeah, I may have to put some corn back down in this field here. And yeah, see, I think we got plenty of sugar beet. I didn't check that. I think we got tons of sugar beet. Well, I shouldn't say tons. 194,000 liters of sugar beet. Potatoes, like I said, we're probably doing more potatoes than anything else. The egg price is still going up, which is all good. But where are we here? Are you done, sir? Yeah, he's done. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go drop off our Seadrill. Not going to bother topping it off because it's pretty well full. It's amazing that I just did those 3 fields and that's as much seed and fertilizer as I used. So let's go ahead and park this guy up and then we'll come down and grab that small trailer. It's got to be the small one. But yeah, looks like it's going to rain all day, so I don't know if the other farmers on rainy days will harvest their crops. So hopefully that sunflower field down there, he won't harvest it until the contract comes up. But I'm hoping we can get to mowing some grass next episode and bale it and wrap it. Because we're going to need the cash for sure. Yes, fill me up with wheat because I don't know how much I really need. $14,000 sounds like enough. And if it's not enough, well, it should be good enough for the chickens for a long time. Yeah, I don't usually take the road because that road is a little bit bumpy. Much better on the side of the field here. Yeah, seeing that we're already at noon and the forecast is not showing any different forecast other than rain. Looks like it's going to rain all day. Now the question is, I put down this orchard a couple days ago and I have not fed the chickens yet. I'm hoping that it did not interfere with the trigger. Oh, wait a minute. The one thing I got to change, tip left side, nope. Tip right side, tip side back, tip side grain door. It's the only way. You can't tip out the back. It's got to be the grain door. Oop. Don't move. It's there. Alright, we're all set. We're fine now. We're fine. Yeah, if you tip out, it won't, for some reason, it won't allow you to tip it out the back. Is that going to hit the post and do funky things with the trailer? Yeah, it's pushing me. It's pushing me slightly forward, but it's still... They took all of it. They took all of it. But they are just about full. My guess is 19,000 liters would top them off. Yeah, so, but they're good for, usually that would be 10 days. But like I've said many times before, since we're getting more and more chickens, it's probably good for like 8.5 days-ish. Somewhere around there. In other words, they're good for a while. But I think that's going to wrap up today's episode, guys. Spent the day liming and seeding the upper plateau, so these 3 fields up here are ready to go. That rhymed, not on purpose. So yeah, and now we just got to, do some contracts in the lower fields when they come to us, especially field 26. Could be selling some sunflowers next episode. Well, I shouldn't say might be. We will be. Same thing with the eggs as well, because the egg prices are looking good, and I'm not going to say no to cash at this point. But like I said, it's good for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time on the Pacific Northwest. But until then, have a good one.